Hello. In the human body, different cells have different names depending on the organ. For the liver, the cell is referred to as a hepatocyte. And for the kidney, it is referred to as a nephron. For the skin, we talk about a keratinocyte. For the blood, we talk about erythrocytes, thrombocytes, lymphocytes, and so on and so forth. For the teeth, we talk about odontoblasts. And for the bone, the cells can either be osteoblasts or osteoclasts. Now for the brain. The cell is referred to as a neuron. Neurons are structural and functional units in the nervous system. They are so important that their damage results in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis. The main function of a neuron is to receive physical and chemical stimuli and to conduct signals to other neurons. Interestingly, in the human brain, there are other cells that look like neurons but without their function. They don't do what the neurons do. These act like servants, like guards to the neuron, protecting them and flanking them and feeding them as well. These are called glial cells, and their number is far higher than the number of neurons. As for the anatomy of the neuron, it consists of a nucleus, as is the case with other cells, and this is referred to as a soma, and this is exactly what gives the cerebral cortex its gray color. The neuron also consists of dendrites, which are tree-like forms that serve the purposes of receiving signals from other neurons. In order for the signals to be transmitted to other neurons, there is a tube-like form referred to as the axon. Because there is electricity involved in the transmission of a signal, these axons are insulated somehow or protected or covered with an isolating substance referred to as myelin. And in order for the neuron to get the signal out into another neuron, the synapse intervenes. The synapse is the conduction where communication between a neuron and another neuron, or a neuron and another cell, like a muscle cell, for example, takes place. The whole process of transmitting electrochemical messages across the neuron is referred to as the action potential. In order for this action potential to be successful, two ingredients are needed: sodium and potassium. When sodium ions get into the neuron, causing, of course, a positive charge, potassium ions have to leave in order to create balance for a successful transmission. The action potential, the transmission process, travels through the axon, but not in the way electricity travels through a wire. Amazingly, as it travels through the axon, the action potential jumps from one node to another. The axon has nodes, that are not insulated by the myelin sheath. These nodes are referred to as the nodes of ranvier, les nœuds de ranvier. And the action potential jumps in a fashion that is referred to as saltatory conduction. Saltatory comes from saltare, saltar in Spanish, saute in French, il saute. So the signals jump from one node into another. Weird, isn't it? At the end of the axon, the electrical signal turns into a chemical signal. Thank you very much.